I want to ask you something, and I want to ask it slowly because it deserves a slow answer. What do you feel in your body when you have an open position? Not what do you think, not what's in your trading journal, in your body. Most traders I've asked describe something like alert, focused, present, like everything else falls away and there's just this, the screen, the position, the movement. For some of us, it's the only time the noise goes quiet. And now I want to ask you the harder question. What do you feel in your body when that position closes? For a lot of us, and I'm raising my hand here, there's a particular kind of emptiness that follows. Not just the end of a trade, an emptiness that has a pull to it, that reaches back towards the screen almost immediately, looking for the next one. You probably think this is about wanting to make more money, or about being able to accept a win, or, and this is the one we reach for most, about discipline. Well, I want to show you something underneath all of that, all of those explanations, something that once you see it is going to make you want to hold yourself with a lot more gentleness. Stay with me. I want to tell you something about the way the nervous system works. Not to be clinical, I'm not a psychiatrist, but just to give you a map, because the map changes everything. There's a principle at the center of the addiction story loop, the framework that lives in every script I write. Dopamine fires on anticipation, not on reward. Read that again. Not reward, anticipation. The slot machine pays out occasionally, and the occasional payout is exactly what keeps someone pulling the lever, not the money, not the knowing, the moment before, the possibility. An open position is the same mechanism. The brain is firing on the anticipation of the outcome, the not knowing, the alive feeling of something that might go your way. And that firing, for the nervous system, that has never been very good at rest. Is the closest thing to calm many of us have ever reliably found. So the cycle isn't about greed. It isn't about risk tolerance or strategy failure or discipline. It's about nervous system that discovered probably very early in your trading life that a live position was the one thing that reliably did something other things couldn't. It made the noise stop. The open position regulates you. The closed position dysregulates you. So you open another one. And here's what I want you to really sit with, because this is the part that shifts everything. That's not a moral failing. That's not weakness. That is a human being with a nervous system that was never taught how to rest, finding the one tool that worked and using it the way any of us would. The way any frightened, overwhelmed, stimulus-seeking nervous system would if the market was available and the stillness wasn't. This isn't about the market. This was never about the market. I want to tell you something I haven't said out loud very many times. There was a period, a long period, when I didn't fully understand why I was trading. I thought I knew. Money, independence, building something, the intellectual challenge of reading the market, all of those things were true, and all of them were real. But underneath them, underneath all of them, there was something I couldn't name for a long time. The trading desk was the only place my mind went quiet. Not calm, necessarily, not peaceful, but focused in a way that felt like relief. And when I finally started to understand the ADHD frame, the novelty-wired, stimulus-seeking, perpetually underestimated brain, I understood something else too. I wasn't trading for profit, primarily. I was trading for calm. The position was the medicine. And medicine, when it's the only thing that works, becomes something else. I want to be very careful here because I mean this with deep compassion and zero judgment. The same brain that makes a trading desk feel like the only quiet place is the same brain that can turn a trading account into an addiction. Not because you're weak, because the nervous system found something that worked. And nervous systems, when they find something that works, hold on. When a dysregulated nervous system finds a regulator, it doesn't let go easily. And the regulator isn't the problem. The dysregulation is. Which means the answer isn't to stop trading. The answer is to give your nervous system somewhere else to find the quiet. And then, and this is the part that changes the whole game, you can come back to the screen regulated instead of coming to the screen to regulate. That's the difference between the reacher and the settled, and it is everything. I want to talk about where this started, not at the trading desk, much earlier than that. The nervous system learns how to regulate itself in childhood, and this is what happened to a lot of us, it learns that regulation isn't reliably available and starts finding its own. When a child is held, soothed, brought back down from overwhelmed by a safe caregiver, consistently, warmly, predictably, the nervous system learns. I can come back from hard feelings. I can be regulated. Calm is something I can find. When that isn't available, when the caregiver is inconsistent or absent, or the environment itself is the source of the overwhelm, the nervous system learns something different. I have to find my own way back down, and it does, brilliantly. It does this with food, movement, screens, substances, risk, novelty. For a lot of us, the trading desk is the adult version of whatever worked when we were small. Not the same thing, obviously, but the same function. This is the thing that makes the noise stop. And the reaching for it, the inability to stay away from it, the way it pulls even when you know it's costing you, that's not addiction in the moral sense. That's a nervous system doing the best job it knows how to do with the tools it was given. The reparenting work, the real work of this series, isn't about taking the tool away. It's about getting back to that younger one and saying, hey, I see you. I see what you've been doing. I understand why. You were trying to find the quiet, and this was all you had. And I'm going to teach you something new, not instead of trading, alongside of it. This is what I call the settled archetype, not the trader who stopped needing the quiet, the one who found it somewhere. It doesn't have a ticker symbol. So what does this actually look like in practice? Before you open the platform, before the pre-market, before the watch list, before anything, I want to invite you to ask yourself one question. Write it down if it helps. Say it out loud if that feels right. What am I feeling right now? And what do I actually need? Not what the market needs, not what your P&L needs. What do you need? If the answer is calm, and for a lot of us it is, especially on hard days, I want you to find it somewhere that doesn't charge interest. 5 minutes, that's all. Both feet on the floor, eyes closed or soft, hand on your chest if it feels right. And breathe in the one thing your nervous system has been reaching for at the trading desk all of this time. Stillness. Just stillness. Available for you right here for free. Just begin for a couple moments before each trading session. So now your account is no longer the medicine where the cost was too high. And when the trade closes, when the emptiness comes, that particular pull back towards the screen, I want you to notice it. Don't judge it, just notice it. You can say something like, "Isn't that interesting? There it is. My nervous system searching." And then give it something real. A breath, a walk, a glass of water, a sentence written in your journal, a minute away from the screen, something that says gently to that reaching part, "I've got you." You don't have to find it out there. We're going to find it in here. I want to say something before I let you go. If this episode was hard to sit with, if something in it made you want to close the tab and check the market instead, I want you to notice that. Because that impulse, that's the reach, doing exactly what I described. And it means you're in exactly the right place. The room I built, Overtraders Anonymous, is the place where this particular truth lives out loud, where traders say in those specific words, "I don't think I'm trading for money. I think I'm trading for something else." And nobody flinches. Because almost everyone in the room is saying some version of the same thing. If you've been carrying this alone, the cycle, the reaching, the way the closed position empties you and pulls you right back in, I want you to know that that room is open. It's free. It's available Sundays and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern online. The link is in the description. You don't have to be ready. You just have to show up. So, next week we're going to talk about something I think a lot of you are going to recognize immediately. The strategy you abandoned. Not the first one, the 47th one. And why the new system always feels like salvation and the proven one always feels like a cage. The answer is in the wiring. And it's not what you think. I'll see you there. I'm Devin Mills, certified trauma-informed life coach for traders and founder of Overtraders Anonymous. You weren't chasing money. You were chasing calm. And calm, real calm, the kind that doesn't send the bill, is closer than the screen. You have always been enough. I'll see you soon.